chicos, so today we are going to go over some of the verbs that you guys already know. So you need your handout for chapter 4 to kind of review the vocabulary. So we start with saber. Saber is the verb that means to know how to do something. So I am going to say an infinitive verb next to it. So yo sé bailar, I know how to dance. Yo sé cocinar, I know how to cook. Yeah. We have the verb ver, which in the yo form is veo, I see. And when I see people, I put a name next to it. And then we learned some gogo sock shoers, remember, before the break. So today's pretty much a review for all of that. I hope that you all had a wonderful break, a wonderful Christmas, and a wonderful New Year. We are about to finish the semester, so grab your notes, get ready for it, and today we are going to work with work número 74, which is 74. So the first gogo software is tener, which means to have. Then we have the verb oír. We have all these verbs in our notes, which in the yo form is yo oigo. Venir, which means yo vengo a, and then a location. So the a plays the role of vengo to, so I come to the park. Yo vengo al parque. Yeah, so the a plays the role of to where. We have the verb decir, which is to tell or to say something. And then the irregulars in the yo form is salgo, pongo, traigo, hago, y me caigo. So all of these are displayed on the boards, also on your vocabulary, also on your notebook. So you guys already went over those verbs, yeah? So today for new information, so please make these following notes. We are going to learn items with tener. So for that, we review the yo form of these expressions, yeah? So for example, tener frío. You guys already know the conjugation of tener. So tener is a gogo soft verb. Repeat after me. Yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros tenemos, vosotros tenéis, ustedes, ellos, ellas tienen. This verb, we use it to multiple uses. So we use it to say what we have, what classes we have, we also what school supplies we have, but also for age, how old we are. So for example, I am 13 years old, yo tengo 13 años. So you all know this information. So we also use tener items. So these tener items are expressions that describe if we are sleepy or cold or thirsty. So please write each of these down. Let's just repeat and then you guys pause the video later. It's coming later. Let's just repeat right now so you guys get the right pronunciation. And then it's coming a section where you will have to pause the video and then make these notes on your notebook. I remind you all these verbs are posted on the whiteboard, the one close to the podium, where you have all the expressions with tener. So I'm conjugating the verb tener and then adding the expression. So let's start with to be cold. Repeat after me. Tener frío. Tener sueño. To be sleepy. Tener sed. To be thirsty. Tener calor. To be hot. Tener hambre. To be hungry. Tener cuidado. To be careful. Tener miedo. To be scared. Tener prisa, to be in a hurry. Tener suerte, to be lucky. So, tener razón, with accent mark over the O, to be right. So, for these expressions, I want you to write these down. So go ahead and pause the video and write these expressions down. If you cannot see the board, then please just copy them from the whiteboard that is posted again next to the podium. We have a big poster in there with these definitions. So please write this on your notebook. So pause the video and write this down. Okay, once we pause the video and write the definition for each of these expressions, then we are going to jump into the work for today. Yeah. So we have a review with the verb decir, oír, and venir a, which those are the go-go verbs that we learn. Yeah. So I remind you, these verbs are posted um, on your classroom, also all the way to the walls around the classroom, and they are also in your vocabulary package. So you have plenty of opportunity to glance at this information to do the proper spelling. So for the first section, go ahead and conjugate decir, oír, and venir a. So you have them, just like that, decir, oír, and venir. And then I have dibuja los enunciados, which is draw the sentences. So for example, yo oigo a los estudiantes. So I am going to write a student hearing other students. Yeah, so again, it's drawing. So you're drawing to represent the meaning of each of these sentences. So check first, what my recommendation to you is translate the sentence to English first and then do the drawing. And then we move next to this section where you have to fill the blank space with the correct verb. I'm not telling you where each verb goes. So you will have to understand the sentence to be able to identify what conjugation of the verb you need to put in here. Now, you must conjugate it based on the subject that I'm giving you. For example, yo, and then blank space, a los estudiantes. So let's see what it makes sense here. Yo vengo a los estudiantes. No. Yo digo a los estudiantes. No. Yo oigo a los estudiantes. Yes. So you have to type yo oigo. Yeah. You do the same for each of them. Then translate these shoe verbs. These are verbs that you guys practice. They're on the board. Return, to come back, volver, to eat lunch, merendar, to eat a snack is merendar, to eat lunch is almorzar, to come back is volver, begins is empezar, think is pensar. So those are posted on your board as well. Just make sure that you conjugate them appropriately based on the subject that I'm giving you. We have translations now using the expressions with tener. For example, you are sleepy. You need to sleep. So I'm going to do that one for you. Tú tienes. I'm using the expressions with tener, which are the ones that we just went over. So sleepy, to be sleepy. So tú tienes sueño. So I'm conjugating the verb in the to form. So I will say tú tienes, and then sueño. And then I'm conjugating necesitar with dormir. So the pink sheet tell me I need to conjugate necesitar, but don't conjugate the verb next to it. Dormir. Yeah. Not all are going to be like that, but just watch out for those verbs that are followed by infinitive verbs. So also the to has accent marks over the u. So watch out for that too. So chicos, that's how you do these two first sections. Then at the end, you have word search. No, word search, I'm sorry, crossword, where you have to translate again these expressions with tener, the ones that you just wrote in your notebook, and then find them on here. Turning your work on the bench in the classroom, inside the classroom. That means on the black box for your period, and also complete Google Classroom as done and turn it in paper if you submit it in paper. When you're done, and if you still have some time in your hands, I'm going to ask you to please go to Google Classroom in your phones and complete the test. It's a little link in here where it tells you it's a bar questionnaire, and basically it kind of asks you what kind of certain questions that kind of allow you for you to understand what kind of learner are you, if you're visual, auditory, by experience, etc., etc. So that's it for today. Welcome back. I know it's some quite a bit of work, but we are trying to get you ready for the final, and I will be back tomorrow. Right now, I have some appointments that I need to fulfill, but I will see you Tuesday. So please submit everything by no later than 12 a.m. tonight. So make sure that you actually aim to finish everything in class. so you don't have to have extra work at home. But if you don't finish, then it becomes your homework. All right, chicos, thank you so much. I will see you mañana. Ciao.